Welcome back to another episode of Pig and Whiskey Test Kitchen. Today we're cooking country-style ribs wrapped in bacon. Let's get started. To start with, we're making the world's simplest rub. We have 1 cup of brown sugar. Then we're going to add to that a 1/4 cup of Cajun seasoning. And then we'll add 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Mix that all together. Sometimes Cajun seasonings can be a little saltier than others, so it's always a good idea to do a taste test to see if you need to add some salt, or if it's too salty, maybe add a little more sugar. Alright, let's get the smoker going. Dumping in our charcoal. Today we're using briquettes. And the reason we're using briquettes instead of lump charcoal is because we are out of lump charcoal, so we're using what we have. Gonna throw in some wood chunks, put the baffles in, and lower the grates. Return the lid and let her come up to temp. Now let's head inside and prep the meat. Today we're cooking bone-in country-style ribs. We're gonna start with a little mustard binder and stroke them up real nice. Country-style ribs are from the end of the loin, and they contain a portion of the rib bone itself. Thicker ones may have 2 bones. Now further down you'll get closer to the pork shoulder, so when they cut them you'll even see slices of the shoulder blade in the meat. Here we're just applying the rub to all sides of the meat. We want to cover the ends, the sides, the tops, and the bottoms. Now there's a lot of sugar in this rub, so we should be able to get a nice color and that delicious caramelized bark. Alright, let's head to the smoker. Now that she's up to temp, we're going to open the lid and let the smoke clear for just a second. Then we're going to place our tray right in the middle. Close the lid and fast forward 1 hour. After 1 hour, we're going to open the lid and take a look. Go ahead and flip them over. I'm sorry for my big fat grandma arm in the way. But after you flip them, let's go ahead and give the grate just a quick turn to make sure we're not sitting over any hot spots. Go ahead and close the lid and fast forward another hour. Now, we're going to take a look, check the color, they look good. So now we're going to bring them inside and let them rest for about 10 minutes. Okay, now that they've rested, we're going to wrap each one in bacon. I apologize for going off screen on this one, but the bacon was giving me a hard time. But we got her fixed up and she's good to go. Okay, let's do the next one. The bacon here is going to serve 2 purposes. It's going to protect the meat from too much smoke, and it's also going to help retain the moisture in the meat. Also, bacon is delicious. Alright, now that we've got those wrapped up, let's add a little bit of our rub to the top. That sugar should caramelize nicely over the top of that bacon. So let's put them back on the smoker. And this time we're going to put them off to the side. They're getting close to done. We don't want them directly over the center of the heat. Okay, so after 1 hour we're going to check them. And they look good. So here we're going to apply a thin coat of barbecue sauce. Your favorite brand will do. Today I am using a sauce from Barbecue Buddha. Ray Sheehan is the owner of that company, and he's a good friend of mine and gave me a few bottles to test out, and I've been enjoying it thoroughly. And I thought it was a good choice for today's recipe. We are using the Barbecue Buddha Memphis Mop. So we're getting a little bit of a Southern Delta rib flavor on these, which should complement the bacon nicely. Okay, we let those sit for about 10 minutes, and we're going to use my big fat grandma arm to double check the temperatures here. We're sitting at about 190, anywhere from about 185 to 190 would be perfect. These are just about right. They've got a nice dark caramelized color on them and should be quite delicious. Once inside, it's a good idea to tent them with a little foil and let them rest for about 10 minutes just to allow the meat to redistribute the juices. I have already done that, and now I am plating them and just giving them a light coat of sauce so that they have a nice shine on them. Some people don't like a lot of sauce, but these are very good with just a little extra. And here is the final product. They're smoky, saucy, and delicious. Thank you for joining us today in the Pig and Whiskey Test Kitchen. Hope to see you next time. Subscribe.